This is my plutonium planet. We'll hit it up first, since it takes the longest. And we hit it up at night, so the weather's correct. Great. Ah, bastard goats. Die. Yeah, that works. Nice. I'll take it. Not the greatest place for Thamium, but that's okay. I've built my base in a 6-planet system, so I've got a dead planet. Yeah. Definitely not the flattest place either. Oh, Christ. Good morning, Squishy. Wouldn't you just, penning profanities in Battler's chat? Damn goats. Leave me alone. Good morning, Boone. I caught your stream after your show, man. It was interesting looking game. Definitely not for me though. I'll keep with No Man's Sky. I don't want to buy a whole bunch of new controllers and crap like that. just space combat though, man. I mean, nobody's on. Nobody's doing anything. It's like all the streamers that used to do their early morning routines have stopped. So I was like, yeah, why not? Oh, good lord. Everybody bullies you, don't they, Squishy? Hold on a second, Boone. Oh, okay, you've got mod. Boone, if Squishy acts up, put his ass in timeout. You know how we do it. You guys did good though. Your nice man did really good. It was just a. I don't know, man. I'm just not crazy about the game. No problem. Ow, fuck. Dickhead whip plants. But yeah, Boone, I watched your stream, man. You guys are doing well. I was wondering, Boone, if you bought the controller for the Ace controllers for the PlayStation 4, because when I looked at them, there's like $100 and some. That's another thing, man. I really don't want to spend that much money after I paid, $50 some a piece for my PlayStation controllers. That's a lot of money to play one game. Because the game itself, is $50. Hi, Luna. If you have to buy the Ace controllers with it, that's $100 extra. And yeah, poor Nexus though, man. He's streaming at like 6 a.m. And I would have been up to watch. I usually watch him and Balor first thing in the morning, but my alarm didn't go off. And I didn't get to bed till 2 in the morning. Max's work schedule's changed, so he's not streaming till later in the afternoons. No, I have a few other mods. Yeah, I know. Like I said, my alarm clock didn't go off, and I didn't end up waking up till 7:45. Ah, shit. So, Boone, did you buy the piloting controllers for the game, or just buy the game? Because like I said, I looked into those controllers, the ones that are made for flight sims, and they're $100. So it's pretty expensive, man. Considering they're... I just don't see spending that kind of money on, something that's in so limited use. Yeah, thanks, Squishy. I'm not as good as Nexus. Reaching Nexus is incredible. The guy's like Bob Ross on No Man's Sky. He's just an incredible streamer. Well, Boone here, he usually puts out some decent streams too. Him and Iceman have a thing going on. It's makes for a hell of an entertaining show. And Luna, she streams all kinds of different stuff. Morrowind, Neverwinter Nights. I think everybody here is actually a streamer. It's weird. Yeah, see, that's the thing, dude. When they came up with the game, when you port something over from a PC, you have a lot of options. But when you port something over from a PC with such piss poor controls, you're kind of going to have to force people to buy a new controller, because the PlayStation controller is just not designed to handle that much input. So, considering the amount of games that can actually use that controller, you're going to take a loss. Yeah, I know, man. It's cool. Like I said, man, if it's something you love and you're gonna, you're gonna enjoy it, then spend the money on it. Then just go out and do it. Hell, we only live once. Oh, look at Dickhead Plant. There we go. Take that, Dickhead Plant. Well, they don't they don't really have a lot of fighting, fighter pilot, aircraft-based simulator games or fighting games in general on the PS4. But like I said, if you've got the money and it's something you love, then do it. Yeah, Squishy, if you run by those plants, they hit you. You take damage. If you take enough damage, you die. You gotta run back, get your body. It's pretty shitty. So I try to avoid them. And then there's killer ghosts on this planet that attack me for no reason. It's fun. I like it a lot. About as much as I'd like another arm growing out of my ass. Or something equally good. Yeah, see, Boone knows. And no, this morning, or yeah, either today or tomorrow, Steam is having their end of summer sale, and it's only going to last till the 5th, Boone. So if there's any games out that you want on Steam, check them out because they're dirt cheap right now. I'm going to go ahead and pick up Tropico 5, and I can get Tropico 5 and all 7 expansion packs for $12. Thamium, this planet, man, it's pretty good for resources. Its weather is shit, though. It'll kill you so quickly here. Absolutely hate this place. But I come here first to get the plutonium because it's the most time consuming to gather. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Why? Do you need a PC? Because I can build you one. Yeah, actually, Luna No Man's Sky is on sale. But if you pick it up, you better pick it up for PC or for PlayStation. Yeah, see that? $24.99. Ah, get out of my way. There we go. Holy hell! Look at this thing, Boone. It's like a owl turtle bird freak. It scares the hell out of me. I'll run by it here in a second. Super amounts of lag right now because I'm surrounded by animals. Look at that thing. Isn't that pretty? Oh my. Ah, good God, God, get it away from me. Yeah, these places that are animal heavy, the PlayStation lags so hard. It's a good deal, Luna. If you like, if you're a space ace kind of person, it's fun. It really is. If you're not, then it's just not a game you're going to enjoy. And that was the thing I don't think people understood. If you don't like the genre, you really don't need to buy the game because you're just not going to like it. Oh crap. Okay. That would be like me going out and buying Call of Duty. It'd be an utter waste of money. I wouldn't play it. All right, Ange, we'll see you. No Man's Sky is kind of a weird concept. It took a lot of love to program. You've got to be part builder, part micromanager, part space explorer, and then you slap it all into some kind of great mutation. See, that's the thing. I sat down and I thought about it, Squishy, and you're right, that's what pissed off most people. But to be quite honest, other than resource sharing, there's not much you can do in this game with other people. Frig, I'm in the middle of a storm. I mean, damn it to hell. I just blew up. Now I'm getting attacked. Son of a bitch. What? You can't have another person, and this is starting to piss me off. You guys are going to see me melt down. You can't have other people in your spaceship. if you fly around together, one person's going to lose the other. Walking around your home planet is great and all, but there's usually not that much to do. It just, there's some things you can do, like, Boone is too damn lazy to get out and farm, so I can go do Boone's farming for him and then give him 100 million. See, yeah, Squishy, the thing is that works great in other games because of the way you have to gather resources, the way that you got to build specific things that require, a lot of teamwork, and this is just not one of those games. I can go out and gather everything I need by myself. I don't need other people on here. It would be fun to have multiplayer, don't get me wrong, but only cooperatively. And even cooperative play on this game, it would be limited. Most of the things you're going to be doing on here, you're going to be doing on your own. Except for farming units for Boone. And when you farm units for Boone, you're going to have to do that with Boone. Because he's lazy and impatient. Damn, that's why, well, you see, do you really want to do this with me? Like right now I'm gathering materials for warp cells. Do you want to run around and do this with me? It's not fun. It's pretty damn boring. But it would be nice just to like, say if you could build a cooperative base together, which would double your base building limit and lift the restriction, that would be cool. Wipe it 25% off, Boone. Look at you being all caring and shit. You're such a giver. I'd pinch your cheeks if you were here right now. 25 whole percent. Dude, Bree's already got dibs on my time because she don't like farming either. She doesn't like to sit still and farm. She likes to run around all over the blasted planet. This and that and here and there. I don't farm like that. When I farm, I sit still. And I work my farm. I go pick my plants and... Yeah, see, that's her thing, Luna. She loves to be all over the planet. She likes to get in the roamer and just tear up out of places and get stuck down holes and go mine all of the emerald, every bit of it. And, I don't work a game like that. I'm very meticulous and systematic, and it's, I don't know if it's part of my issues or the problems I have that makes me like that, but I don't know. I like to develop systems for things that work for me and then follow that system. That way, if it works for me, then I know that I can repeat the results. Oh, Luna, she's insane. She gets on here and she'll fly around in her ship and she'll stay on the planet for 7-8 days, looking over every square inch of it, checking everything out. Knowledge stone. God, I'm gonna have to fight through the animal lag. Okay, where'd it go? Damn it, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. I'm gonna start blowing the animals up to make me angry. I'm not like it. Mostly what I was after was ships and ship upgrades, so I spent more time in space than I'd ever did on the ground. I have pages and pages and pages of systems that I never discovered the first planet on. Literally like 11 pages under my discoveries where I never touched the ground. Bree, she likes the, she's the curious one. She wants to know what's around the next corner. She wants to know what's under this rock. When me, I look at a planet and I say, okay, I can live without landing here because it has nothing that I really need to get to the next step. So, move on. Hold on a second. Hand. Yeah, that would be another. The PvP in this game would be a huge resource drain. Yeah, I don't know, Luna. I've watched you play Neverwinter Nights, and you do a lot more on that game than I ever would. I played it for a while, and I didn't do near the exploration that you guys do. World of Warcraft, same thing. I came up with a system for farming as soon as I hit max level, which I did through grinding out quests. And then I went directly into raiding because that was what was expected of me on my tank. And I played the game since vanilla, and sure, it was okay to get out and look at stuff and drive around for a little while, and I lost interest in it. You definitely have to play a game for you. Your angry game. Well, Luna, you have children. I have children. Boone, he's got a baby boy. We all know how this goes with kids, man. It's a hard knock life. They'll never understand that until they get old enough to have their own children. My sinuses are draining. Blasted pollen must be up. That's weird. I would never consider Neverwinter an angry game. Need for Speed, maybe. Yeah, I got 3 teenagers. 17-year-old and 2 15-year-olds that are getting ready to be 16. Yeah, and they are, man. I'll tell you what, boys are a lot easier to raise than girls, man. You luck out with Gavin. Because until Gavin turns about 14, you're not really going to have any problems out of him. Girls are difficult. They're incredibly difficult to raise up. Alright, let's see. I hate the terrain here. There's no flat land to work with. Everything looks like this planet's been hit with a freaking terrible earthquake. Well, I mean, yeah, boys, I don't know. My son, he's not really the aggressive type, but Aiden was born with Prader-Willi syndrome, so he's got some problems. Yeah, my son was special needs, so he's not like most boys his age. You're gonna have the occasional scrap. Oh, Oh, just wait. You'll be dress shopping Boone. It's no fun, man. Believe me. So not a fan. Standing in department stores and having them scream at you, I want to go to the Buckle. I'm like, oh my God, somebody shoot me. So don't want to go to the Buckle, man. You'll learn to hate that store. And Victoria's Secret, you'll learn to hate that one quick enough too. Damn $90 for a bra. And no, I noticed the day before yesterday, they're just, nobody's on in the mornings. I mean, Boone, you got your late afternoon shift. Cobra, you know, poor Cobra, he's always at work. Or not Cobra, but Iceman. I have no love for Cobra anymore. I can't watch his channel. I'm sorry. Actually, you know what? I'm not sorry. I just don't want to watch Cobra's channel anymore. Nah. Just this. Me and Gaming Mike and a few other guys were talking, and I think I'm pretty much the only one that's in the consensus of, or not the only one that's in the consensus of, I'm over the tape shit. But to drag it out, it's starting to get annoying. It's not funny anymore. They're not fixing the game, and they're using these damn tapes as a shield, and I don't agree with it. It's dirty pool. That's a crap tactic. Yeah, that's exactly right, Luna. Dads don't like it because Dad has to open up his wallet every time somebody goes into Victoria's Secret, and that's no fun. Fun is doing what Boone did and going out and buying, you know, a brand new video game and a new controller. That's fun. Paying $90 a bra is not fun at all. You're going in there to the Buckle and coming out with, you know, 2 T-shirts and 2 pairs of jeans and spent $300 on them. That's no fun. My jeans don't cost that much. Then again, when you like camouflage, the world is cheaper. And you know, it's not like I can go into Victoria's Secret and ask the nice ladies to model anything for me. So, no, I'm not going to like it. Oh, shit. I should have looked. That hurt. There we go. Yeah, I know, man. I'm just sick of the games. I don't appreciate games like that. Um, you know, it's cool that they went to the trouble of the you know, the first couple of tapes and the ARG and the websites, but this shit is starting to drag on. You know, if you're going to release the game, then release the update for the game, then do it. And if you're not, then at least have the common courtesy to tell people that you're not going to release an update. And that's just the right way of doing things. You know, that's good business. You gotta see my freaking Atlas Stone collection, Boone. It's retarded. I got like 50 or some of them. No, I got more than 50. Yeah, I got 50 some Atlas Stones sitting around. I got bored and started a collection. I was like, you know what would be cool? To take the most expensive item on the game and collect it. like it's a baseball card or something. I don't need 50 for anything. Nobody needs 50. Hell, right now, nobody needs 10 of them. With that many Atlas stones, I could create my own hub. I just started buying them. And we'll call it speculation for now. Because I think that when they eventually do fix the game, the Atlas stones will have a use again. Because I'm pretty sure that in the first build of the game that there was a use for the Atlas stones that was removed. We'll not say removed. We'll say that it was left latent because they couldn't finish the programming for it. So after they get done, damn these storms. Yeah, and I get that, man. It's just the radio silence that I hate. And I'm just not big on the ARG thing. I know that from several things that the build that they're working on is more than a build. They had things in the game that has laid dormant until now. So we're going to have to see where they go. A lot of the original game was basically not left out and not removed. It's still there. It's just that the code was never complete for it. And for a while they were working on that. And then people do what people do, and the hackers got at the game and they started data mining. So as soon as No Man's Sky or Hello Games figured out that they were being data mined, they stopped. They completely stopped working as hard as and using the old build as the testing grounds. And they weren't actually using it as a programming grounds. The programming is done all in-house. They're not going to let somebody have access to their programming network. So the old build was being tested, and people data mined the crap out of it, and that's why they quit. So the code's still there for the original game. Everything that was supposed to be in the game was there. It just wasn't available. Yeah. Yeah, they were using that one as a test, and people data mined it. So that all stopped. But like I said, the information is still contained in the game. I mean, there was all kinds of things that they had planned out to lay out in this game, and they just couldn't do it. They ran out of time, and they were being squeezed by Sony, because that's the way Sony does development corporations. They strong arm them, and then they ran out of money, and that was the end of it. So all the code just sits there dormant. It's there, and like you said, it's going to be big. And I think what's going to happen is when they do finally release all the information, that people are going to be like, wow, this is what it was supposed to be. Yeah, Luna, if you wanted to get the game or you were interested in it, I would definitely recommend picking it up right now because, like Boone said, Steam is having their summer sale. Summer sale, we know how it goes with Steam. Once the sale is over, everything goes back up to full price. And that is going to be over on July the 5th is the end of this sale. Sorry guys, my sinuses are killing me. But right now, they've got games on there. I think some of this stuff is up to 80% off. Which is not unheard of, but with Steam it's pretty uncommon. Oh crap, I didn't mean to hit him. There we go. Yeah, from the ground floor up. Like I said, they're going back to the old code. And that sounds like a Star Wars game. Knights of the Old Code. But they're taking the original base code the game was built on, and they're going to make it what it was supposed to be. I just hate radio silence. You know, the way they're doing things is, you know, almost like they're messing around with their fan base. And what all that's going to do is it's going to piss off the people that still play the game, and they're going to lose even more players. No, I don't follow Waking Titan anymore. Atlas 64, Echo 65, and all of that I gave up on. Atlas 64 is still nothing. It's still blacked out. The website hasn't even gone live yet. So, yeah, I'm not paying attention. I know the broadcast will be tomorrow for Waking Titan. And I'm pretty sure this will be the last broadcast. Boone, I know what it is. You know, I understand what they're doing with it. How they're feeding backstory of the game in through this ARG. I still don't like it. You know, that's not the way to talk to your player base is through an ARG. That's crap. You get in there and you do a damn press release like everybody else. And yeah, you know what? You may be crucified because you've done some stupid things, but hey, when you do stupid things, you got to pay the price. That's just the way life works. You know, if I get out drunk and wreck my car, then I'm going to have to pay higher insurance premiums and get a new car. Yeah, I know they won't, and that irritates me. I understand why he won't. You know, Murray took a beating over this game, and I get that. But, you know, that's just the way things roll. Oh, God, yeah. And Sony never will, because Sony's a multi-billion-dollar giant who answers to nobody but Sony. They own their own record label, for God's sake. These people were in the ground floor when CDs came out. They answer to no one but Sony, and they never will. Good morning, Pimpin'. What's up? No, Sony is one of those corporations. They have enough money. They own judges. They don't answer to anybody. They don't have to answer to anybody. I mean, hell, my very first Walkman was a Sony. And I don't know how many years ago that's been. These guys are beyond billions of dollars. They're one of the ultra rich in this world. You know, you always, there's that Rage Against the Machine album, Evil Empire. Yeah, well, that's people like Walmart, or businesses like Walmart and Sony. There's an old saying about the golden rule. He who has the gold makes the rule. Well, Sony has all the gold. That's why they're able to get away with the things that they do in the industry. You know, there was a musician once upon a time that had a record deal through one of Sony's record labels. And he wanted to basically quit music to spend more time with his family. And the label comes up to him and says, no, you owe us a 2-album deal. You're going to write us 2 more albums, or we're going to sue you for everything you're worth and have you thrown in prison. So he was basically a slave to them. Well, one of the major concerns with people with the game was the lack of a storyline. I mean, you're basically here, you get bits of lore about the 3 races, what happened between them, the Great War, how the Gek stole technology and all this other crap and started basically Hitler-esque genocide across the universe. But you don't really get any major kind of story. You just jump in your spaceship and there you are. So what they've done is, instead of putting the lore in the game, which is what most game corporations are going to do, like, you know, Final Fantasy, the game was ruined when it first came out. It was terrible. I beat the game twice and was like, what the hell? So they go back and they insert backstory because they didn't have time to finish the game. It came out too early. So what they do with this ARG is they basically tell you how it all started. They're telling you where all of this began, because there's no place in this game that tells you any of that. You have no idea why you're on this planet. You have no idea why your ship's broken. You just start the game with a broken ship and a busted laser cannon. So what they're doing is they're taking all this, and this is your backstory. Well, it's just not the way it's done. You know, other corporations, other video games, they don't do it that way. They put their lore in game. That's what I'm used to seeing since I was, 5 years old. Your game story belongs in a game, not a bunch of random websites. I told you, man, I'm just not a big fan of this ARG crap. I don't like it at all. I will never be a fan of it. This is not the way it should have been done. This has been handled extremely poorly on Murray's part. And I think it's like, I don't know, at this point in time, it's really just too late to even start caring about it. I just want them to fix the game that I paid for. Good morning, Brother Bill.
Good morning. Coffee machine is down.
Yeah, did you leave the lid up on it?
Yeah.
Stupid Keurig. I am so getting rid of that Keurig. For those out there that like the Keurig, I hate that thing. I hate it with a passion. I punched it last week about 20 times.
That's what the problem.
And that's exactly what it is, Boone. It's their way of inserting. And the thing is, there was so much storyline missing that it would be a hell of a lot for a programmer and a writer to sit down and say, okay, here's what we're going to do. That's a lot of programming because you've got basically nothing to go on. So they're going to have to start from scratch. You're going to have to hire brand new writers, which they did. And you're going to have to hire a whole programming team, which is going to cost you millions, to sit down and program a huge chunk of the game that you left out. So what they did is they've done it through a different medium. They're doing it through these websites and these secret messages being passed by random carriers in the middle of the night in downtown Moscow while somebody drinks vodka in a shadow and smokes a stogie. You know, they're doing this cloak and dagger stuff, man. It's so weird. Oh yeah, my cat's tiny. I was gonna keep my brother's cat, Luna. You ought to see that monstrosity. That thing was 2.5 feet long. It's huge. It's the biggest damn cat I've ever seen in my life. And my little cat whipped its ass. It was hilarious. This one's nothing but attitude. She's mean. She don't like other animals. But yeah, it just seems like a really strange way to tell a story. You know, one website leads you to another website, which leads you to this alphanumeric code, which leads you to a hexadecimal code, which you then got to transfer into another code. And who in the hell even programs in ASCII anymore? No one. That crap's done by compilers. So you've got all this, like I said, all this cloak and dagger stuff that leads you to these different clues. And then you sit down and listen to this radio broadcast about a company that is converting the voice of your dead relatives into echoes that you can make them say anything you want. And this leads you to another radio broadcast from this other country way outside the U.S. borders. And this whole time, the only thing I can think of is, what the hell? Who come up with this convoluted nonsense? And yeah, I get what they're doing. I just don't like it. And I never will. It's great that they're going back and feeding people the backstory because people want that. You know, people want a story to why they're playing this game. What are you? What are you doing? I know, but you guys, like I said, you guys that like that, that's fine. That's your thing. Me, if I wanted that kind of a story, if I wanted that kind of I don't know. I don't like ARGs to begin with. I never liked the idea when they started doing them years ago. Thought it was nonsense. It was like Dungeons and Dragons over the internet. If I want to play Dungeons and Dragons, then I'll sit down with a dungeon master and play Dungeons and Dragons. If I wanted to read a novel, I'd read a novel. Right now, the only thing that matters is the update. Oh yeah, Shavo, they eat that stuff up. My uncle and I were discussing how easily it is for people to get totally engrossed in the enigma of it all, the mystery. How it can be consuming. You know, and I've had books like that I just couldn't put down. Entire series of books. Waited years for authors to publish the next book in the series. Because I was that far into it. But this isn't the right way of doing things. It really wasn't. That's why the player base on Steam is less than 500. That's why, and this week alone, estimated losses is in the hundreds. Because people have other things to play that are complete games. That there's going to be no waiting. It won't kill the hardcore player base. But for the most part, this is going to be, the final straw that broke the camel's back. Unfortunately, numbers don't lie, and the numbers right now are bad. I had to kill a few things. My internet connection's being weird. I don't know why. 150 meg connection. 10 up, and it's not enough to broadcast if I've got more than 4 devices going. Yeah, that's what Steam reported. I can't remember who it was that pulled the numbers up, but they said the Steam player base had dropped almost non-existent. There's actually a video all about it you can watch on YouTube. If it's still up there. And no, it wasn't Orbit TV that announced the number drops. But as I said, once again, this games like this and Elite Dangerous, and there's a few more that's actually out on Steam. They're not for everybody because it isn't pew pew shoot you in the face. And if, you know what, if you like first person shooters, if that's your thing, that's fine. Yeah. Yeah, Luna moderates for Max's channel, and Boone, me and Boone been hanging around for a hot minute, so they take care of things. Luna has been doing Max Gaming's channel for a while. As a matter of fact, after I kill the stream, I'll send those things to you, Boone, so you can have a look at them. The thing is that numbers for this game were never going to be high. It's not a Call of Duty. You know, it's not a Need for Speed. It's not mainstream, I guess is what I'm trying to say, which suits me just fine. I think if I see another Call of Duty game released, I'm going to vomit. We got 3 of them here, and nobody plays them. They're great for about a month, and then you get sick of them, and you want the next one to come out. It might be, but there was a Reddit post about it too. That the guy was talking lawsuit, class action lawsuit against Hello Games for let's see here. I think it's libel. Yeah, libel spoken. So it would have been libel against Hello Games, and he had all the numbers. Which, in all fairness, technically he could sue Hello Games for libel. And they could, if they got enough people to join in, take a class action lawsuit out against them. People or not, website or not. I just want it fixed. I'm not leaving this game to go play, I'm just not, I have no interest in that other game that came out. Not my style. Elite Dangerous. And I think that's the thing with most games they put out anymore. I'm just not interested. Most of the newer video games are recycled garbage. There was a guy about 4 months ago that was on Reddit, and he was fuming in the forums about patches not being complete patches, this, that, and the other. He said that he had talked to a lawyer, and his lawyer had informed him that since Hello Games had promised in front of media and had not delivered, and admitted that they had not delivered, that he could technically sue them for libel, which he could have if he truly had a lawyer, because libel is spoken lie. That means you outright lied to somebody and took their money doing so. Therefore, he had a legal case against them. He said that he was going to gather up as many people as he could and sue the shit out of them in a class action lawsuit. Whether that went anywhere, I have no idea. But technically, they were guilty of libel. Oh, yeah, I know. That's the American way, dude. That's what people do when we don't like something. Hey, you're mad at your hairstylist? Sue the fuck out of them. You don't like your car? Go sue Ford. You know, I've been this way. It's the reason that doctors have to carry millions of dollars worth of malpractice insurance. It's the reason that medical bills are through the roof. It's the reason that hospitals carry hundreds of millions in malpractice insurance. Because it's the American way. Sue, sue, sue. I'll tell you guys a little story. It's off the beaten path. It's pretty much correlated to this. So, you see these? They got these last week. It's a bag of barbecue potato chips. Inside of this bag of potato chips is a 6-inch long piece of wood. Now, last time I checked, wood should not come in potato chips. So I called the Lay's corporate office up and said, hey, you know, I got a great big piece of wood in my bag of potato chips. And the first thing the lady said was, do you want to sue? And I said, no. Damn, I just want you to know that somebody's made a mistake somewhere and pieces of wood have gotten into bags of potato chips. I don't want to sue anybody. Hell, I don't even want anybody to lose their job over this. God knows jobs are hard to come by, so I was just letting you know. But yeah, they totally expected me to say lawyer. And you know the sad thing is if the guy would have taken it to court, he'd have probably won. No, barbecue chips are delicious. They're not wood. Crunchy, yeah, not wood, not splintery. Yeah, need plenty of fiber to push them bad boys out. Tell you what though, eating that piece of wood, it may taste like barbecue going in, but it's gonna hurt like hell going down. Coming back out, it's just not gonna be nice. You're gonna need bandages instead of toilet paper. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And that would be rough. Super, super rough. That's just not a BM that I'd want, ever. It'd be like, going into my bathroom and having a nice snack of razor blades. Mmm, crunchy. Bendy. AEBL is the type of steel that razor blades are made out of. So it probably tastes like steel. I don't know, Luna. Maybe, they probably don't put pieces of wood in your barbecue chips in your country. Let's see. Oh. And I'm being attacked. And I need to get underground. Look, it got stuck. It's headbanging. Oh, that's gross. That's so gnarly. And no, I actually, I wish Murray and them the best with this, but at this point, they need a Hail Mary to save the game. I hope to God they have one. I have to say this is one of the most unique ideas for wouldn't call it a sandbox because it's not, for a game and a massive undertaking that I've seen in a long time, actually ever, just because hardware wasn't up enough to where it could be done before. It's just that, people want it finished, they want it complete. If I go to a store and I buy a Kit Kat and the guy hands me half of a Kit Kat, I'm probably going to punch him in the fucking head. And just ignore Squishy, he's being squishy. Pretty sure he lives under power lines or something. Eats a lot of paint chips. Exactly. I don't want to see this one go the route that Final Fantasy went. I just got the other update for Final Fantasy that tells the third part of the story that should have been told, 5 months ago. And you can only say, well, we had bad programmers, one of them quit. Okay, yeah, that's true. 6 years ago. But it's not true now. So you can only say these things for so long. Good God, where's the sky? There it is. I dig a hole to China. Max had his game glitch and he was using the grenade launcher, and he quite literally blew a hole and it opened up to where you could see the other side of the planet. It was insane. He has a super good grenade launcher. Oh crap, I'm gonna die. No, 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 no. Yeah, don't do that, Squishy, because Luna will ban you. Actually, don't ban him, Luna, just give him a timeout. Squishy's a moron. I think he's like 8 or something. And he dies a lot, so he's got some kind of complex. That doesn't sound good at all, man. You know, we have Giovanni's here. It's pretty decent. We don't eat cats. I think that's an Asian thing. I hear, though, that in North Korea that they're forced to raise dog for their fur and meat. I watched a video on it. It was pretty brutal. This lady was part of a North Korean military outpost seminary, and she gives speeches about it. Yeah, just regular pepperoni pizza works fine, dude. You're getting into the exotic stuff, you're gonna have, you know, rough nights and a lot of time in the bathroom. Gonna need an extra roll of toilet paper.
Taco Bell style.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be like 4 o'clock in the morning, up drinking Hurricanes kind of thing. It's gonna be hardcore, man. I hope to God you're having some bran muffins with that, because it ain't gonna come out pretty. Oh yeah. Cat? I don't know. I haven't seen her on in a while. And then again, you know, with Max being gone at work all the time and his stream changing times, as a matter of fact, that's where I met Boone. What's up, Garrett? Streaming your favorite game, man. Running from great big owl turtle bears. Abominations, man, I tell you. This game creates them. Just like the catfish shark face eaters. And the flying lutefisk. No, wait. Lutefisk is, that's that god-awful pickled fish in formaldehyde. No, not formaldehyde, they use lye. Lye, man, how, oh, God. Just thinking about it makes my throat close up. All right, Garrett, it's your turn to bash on Squishy. I'm done for a while. I'll tell you, Boom, one thing about Elite Dangerous, the graphics are much better than they are on here. Much more advanced. That might actually even push my graphics card. Looked very, very cool. I didn't get to see you do a lot of farming, which was maybe something you want to do, Boone, because I'd like to at least see you attempt it, so you could show people how you farm, how you make your money on the game, and that way you've got a kind of like a little a platform, so that just in case I ever do decide to buy it, I'll buy it for the PC and I'll know where to start, because that's what I'll do, is start on buying the ships immediately. Because being stuck, well, everybody knows being stuck with the ship that they give you is crap. Oh, sweet, Bree just woke up. And she's got to go to work and deal with bastards at her job. So there's a fun thing to do every day that would make you just want to murder people in the most horrible of fashions. Screw that. Yeah, well, right now, about the only thing that isn't updated on my computer, basically as far as I can take it, is the power supply. I mean, even my graphics card's a Titan. The blasted thing has 8 gigs of RAM. It's retarded. No, it's 6 gigs. But it's very nice. It's very nice. See that? I can do voices. Not really. There's one of the killer goats, Garrett. The goats hate me, so I shoot them in the face with the grenade launcher and it falls in a hole and then it twitches for forever. It's awesome. I'm going to shoot it some more. There we go. Look at that. That is just fantastic. Well, boom, we all know combat-wise, once again, how this goes. If you're not upgraded, it's probably not a good idea. And the starter ship that they put you in, and anything they start you with in the beginning of any game is crap. They're not going to give you something good and survivable and maintainable. So what I was interested in is how do you sustainably farm? Because there has to be a way of doing it, of getting money, the same way each and every time, that is a redoable system. Because if they have something like that on there, then the game, might be playable. But if you're going to go out and just do random missions and FedEx quests and things like that, then no. Because that's World of Warcraft, and I quit playing World of Warcraft 3 years ago. And I don't want to go back to that kind of a system. And to be quite honest, man, the stuff where you and Iceman were playing yesterday, by the way, if you guys don't know, this is Boondocks Gaming, check him out. He's friends with me on the PSN. For those of you guys that have me added to the PS Network, you guys can pick up Boondocks Gaming, check out his stream, check out Iceman. You guys go visit Cobra TV. These guys put in a lot of hard work. They support a lot of different communities. Boone plays a hell of a lot of games. He is sometimes funny. Most of the time, he's belligerent. Man, that was a mouthful to say, Boone. But yeah, you guys check him out right now. He's currently got Elite Dangerous up and running, and pretty soon he'll be playing Elite Dangerous with the Flight Sim controller. It's available for the PS4. It's definitely a genre, for people our age that grew up in the Star Trek era, that had these, great space adventure TV shows and stuff like that. That's, once again, it's still a pretty small group it's going to appeal to. Most people, they want a gun in their hand, they want to go around and shoot people in the face. That's video games today in a nutshell. Grab said sniper rifle, go pew pew. Grab a shotgun and room broom your way to success. That's video games. The days of games being great like Final Fantasy III or even Final Fantasy X are over. You get the very rare game like Dark Souls or Bloodborne that's just fantastic. and it doesn't really get enough credit. And the artwork is incredible, and the storyline is deep and engrossing. But those are rare and few and far between. You just really don't see that anymore in games. But like I said, I have to give it to Elite Dangerous. The graphics on that are absolutely amazing. They must have used a really good engine. And if combat is anything like it was, say, on the old PC game Stealth AFT Fighter, where you actually got the pilot stealth and do bombing raids and stuff like that, and really advanced controls, then it's going to be, the learning curve is going to be big, but it's going to make the gameplay overall better. Yeah, Garrett, I play the crap out of Dark Souls. Or not Dark Souls, but Bloodborne. And the Old Hunters expansion I didn't get through all the way because Final Fantasy came along, and I played Final Fantasy for months. Oh yeah, I bet. Anytime they use a really high-end graphics card, you're going to just have an overall better experience with the game. I mean, Final Fantasy is pretty to look at. It's nice. But it's not on that level with, and you got to kind of look at the age too. You know, it was a project started 10 years ago. So the tech isn't quite what it was when they did Elite Dangerous. I mean, your spacecraft look real. It's pretty awesome. Alright, I'm about done on this planet. Look at that. It's probably Iridium. Get back to my ship. You know, I'm pretty sure you're probably right, Boone. They're they're going to do something big, and it's going to be back to old code. And I'll just wait until it's there, because that's what there's left for me to do. Farm and wait. So I'll make warp cells and gradually make my way to a certain place outside of the Galactic Hub. I'll set up shop there in a 6-planet system. I'll rebuild my farm, and I'll farm. May even get on Garrett and play some Bloodborne. No PvP though, Garrett, because the PvP on Bloodborne was pointless and crappy. Space truck. Luna, Boone's being a smartass. Space Trucker. Space Trucker games, Elite Dangerous, No Man's Sky, games where it's basically space simulation. That's what he's calling Space Trucker. And there's not actually that many of them out there. There's several for the PC that you can get through Steam that are absolute garbage. And there's a couple of in-development ones right now that who knows how they're going to turn out. There was some sandbox ones attempted that failed miserably. Not really like the Goat Simulator. The Goat Simulator is in a class all to itself. I mean, you get to be a goat and go around just destroying places. And Space Truckers, you're basically in a spaceship, not a goat. But if you guys that like Sims, not Boone's type deal, but Iceman, Third ID, he plays like the farming simulator, World of Tanks, Battlefield. Yeah, he's just talking in terms of generality space games. Like I said, they're more for the Trekkies than for anybody else. And there's not many of us left alive. You know, the Star Wars, Star Trek generation definitely, you take the short end on that one when it comes to games. Oh, and I do have, Garrett, I do have Battlefront. I don't play it. I've never even installed it. This PlayStation was the Battlefront Special Edition, and I watched the kids play about 5 minutes of it, and I just deleted it from the hard drive. It was wasting valuable space. You can add me on the PSN if you haven't already, Garrett. I think I'm friends with Glef on here, so I shouldn't be hard to find. Man, I'm getting hammered. I gotta get on the ground again. A stupid goat. Whoa. Damn, I shot into a cave system. Yeah. The weather around here is hell, but it's the best place to get a plutonium. Next, I gotta get back to my ship and go get thamium on the dead planet. You're right, vicious. Yeah. A little guard dog. I have the 360. We got like 30 some games for it. I get it out and play it every now and again. I'm hoping that the PlayStation takes a hint from Xbox and starts bringing back more of their older games. I'd love to see Final Fantasy III available for the PlayStation. Castlevania Symphony of the Night. No, not Rondo of Blood, because that was on the PSP or something like that. It was on the handhelds. Yeah, some of the old games, I bought that Disney collection pack because it had Chippendales Rescue Rangers, Darkwing Duck, Tailspin, and DuckTales, and every one of those games I played as a kid. I have the new Strider on here, and that was a game that I played on Sega as a kid. These great old classics are pretty good. I'm pretty sure right now, though, because of licensing, we're not going to see a lot of the older games converted, which stinks. But I guess to be quite honest, I like them a hell of a lot better than I like most of the new games. Miss Luna here streams too, guys. She streams a bunch of different games, so she has a channel on YouTube. You guys can check her out if you're interested. And be sure to check out Max Gamer when he's on. Max usually streams every day. Jesus Christ, Garrett, everything is your fault, man. What the fuck is your problem? Oh, check this out, Garrett. You want to see one of the very cool things that I love about this game is the ships. You ask Boone. Boone will tell you I'm a ship whore. I love them. Hold on a second. Let me get up into space and I'll show you this retarded thing. Max is an awesome streamer. Really fun to watch. He plays a lot of different games. He loves him some shoot'ems. You know, he plays, I don't know if he plays the Battlefield or not. This is my freighter. Why can't I summon it here? Alright, my Sword of Thundera is broke, so hold on. Okay, there. Why does it want to drift? It's locking on this space station. But yeah, Max plays this. He plays Borderlands. Just different things. He likes Friday the 13th, and one of the things Max likes on Friday the 13th is team gameplay. And he's always trying to get people in there for that. So if you guys, have Friday the 13th and you're interested in that, go check it out. There you go, Garrett. This is what my freighter looks like. It's a behemoth. Look at that. I can't even get all of my freighter in the damn frame. And my spaceship is nothing. Look how tiny my spaceship is compared to this thing. Yeah, these mega freighters that you get from warp-in battles, this is the biggest one of this model. These things are gargantuan. Iceman 3rd ID has one that looks like a Star Destroyer from the Star Wars, from the Imperial fleet. It is monstrous. The storage pods on these mega freighters are bigger than your spaceships. Now, Luna, inside this is where I grow all my illegal crops, which I process into drugs. No, I'm lying. I make something else out of them. It's not suspension fluid. Insulating gel. And my other ships are over here. This is one of my fighters. This is my other fighter, because I happen to like fighters. Check out the name of it. That's awesome. My fighter is Raging Poner. Luna's gonna burn through all the profits. What's up, Nexus? This is my hauler, my big heavy. This is these guys are basically used for transporting goods. They're nothing but great big storage containers. Raging Nexus is the one I was telling you guys about. He's like the Bob Ross of No Man's Sky. That's what Doom calls him, or Boone calls him. Very chill channel up in the early mornings. And yes, I have a garden inside my freighter, full of very phallic-looking plants. There's a lot of that on this game. Oh, yeah, see, that's why I don't do permadeath, man. I don't believe in playing something for hours just to lose it because I made a stupid mistake. There's another way to do it, Nexus. I showed you how to get zinc. Go to the space station, buy it all, jump in your ship and save, and then turn the game off. Completely shut it off. Turn it back on. You'll be in the space station. Wait till they come in. They're all freshly restocked with zinc. This is the captain of my freighter. Captain Orca or some shit. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I can't even remember how much this thing cost me. I think it was 74 million units for this one. And it's my fifth freighter. These big ones are much more expensive than the ones that just you find just hanging around space. Yeah, my freighter's freaking. See, these are the regular freighters. Mine's like 6 of them. These little guys over here randomly warp into different locations depending on where you're at. Uh-oh, pirates. Where are they at? They should be here. We'll see them. Yes, but we've all talked about this now. Boone's freighter is adequate size. You know, we don't talk about another man's freighter. I ain't right. It's not the size of the freighter that matters, and we all know that. I'll kill these guys just because sometimes they drop crap for warp cells, sometimes not. And they are hammering my shield. Blasted, this one's flown inside of the damn thing. Sweet. Alright, where was I going? Oh yeah, the dead planet. more often than not, if the planet doesn't have life, it's going to look like this: gold, nickel, iridium. You're not going to have any kind of rare plants on it. So, oh, nice. Thanks, Nexus. Well, you go to the dead planets to collect thamium. It's much quicker than mining the asteroids. It would be if you didn't have to travel 5,000 light years to get there, but eh. Hasta mañana, man. Oh, I'll remember. I'll remember. And so will Nexus. I watched that card game you played, Nexus. That's very interesting. I used to be a big Magic the Gathering fan. As a matter of fact, like I was telling you before, I still have decks from when me and my cousins played Magic. And then we invited one of my friends to play Magic, and he figured out loopholes in the game and how to cheat and win every time. And I kind of quit playing. I played some Yu-Gi-Oh! As a matter of fact, I have Yu-Gi-Oh! On the PlayStation. I may do a retro stream for it or something like that if you guys want to see a card game. But, you know, I like The Witcher the way it is. My daughter picked that game out. We got it for Christmas. Great, great RPG. I just don't think I'd like to play it as a card game. The object shape in this game is very questionable. Hey, what's happening, man? This is the worst part. Oh, crap. Where did he come from? Get out of here. Having to farm. Oh, crap. Did I hit him? Go away. Damn it, I didn't mean to hit him. Where's the other one? Hold still, you bastard. Yeah, how much sense does that make? Hold still and let me shoot you in the face with a grenade. Quit moving. You're cheating. Stop moving so I can blast you. There we go. Oops. That's another little tick with the game. You fire the grenade launcher, or your plasma launcher, and then you go to switch to your mining laser, and you'll shoot another grenade almost every time. This is what a dead planet looks like. No animals, no plant life. But a great place to get materials. Holy shit, I didn't mean to jump off that cliff. I'm gonna die. Oh. Not real good at walking today. That was dumb. Good God, what a jump. Yikes. Oops. There we go. We'll see you, Luna. Take care. No, all these guys, Luna and Boone and all of them are for different streams, and Reaching Nexus has a really good morning stream when he's not dying. He's been doing a lot of dying, so that's a thing. It's not a good thing, it's just a thing. But you guys are early birds that have work and stuff like that early in the morning. Swing on by Reaching Nexus's YouTube stream, check him out. He is the Bob Ross of No Man's Sky. Him and his tiny little trees. Or Sentinel drones, as it is. Why can't I get that? Give me that plant. Chew. Give me that. Fine. I didn't want it anyway. I'll just blow it up. I need to shave. Let's see. Yeah. I'll do all that here in a little bit. Take care of getting some more Thamium, and then I'll end the stream. And I don't know. I have no idea what Amino is, man. I know it's one of those cell phone apps, but I don't own a cell phone. That, ladies and gentlemen, is your Reaching Nexus. Mr. Bob Ross Nexus. That's what we're going to start calling you from now on. Your new name, Nexus, is Bob Nexus. It's going to be crazy. Give me that plant. Oh, come on. I hate these hitboxes. Okay, that looked like a 0 there for a minute. I was like, why would you join a community that's 0 No Man's Sky players? It's all you, man. I'm not going to be on much longer, Nexus. I've got other things to do today. I've got to wind up some coils and do some cleaning and get ready. My girl's going to be here later this evening, so you know how it goes. Yeah, I know, man. If I could, I'd stream 4 or 5 hours so you guys could listen to me talk. I don't know what's up with that. That's a weird thing. Actually, kind of uncomfortable. But yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man. You know, I need to pick my room up and make my bed and crap because I haven't done it in about 2 weeks. Then again, I'm never in there, so it's not like it matters. Yeah, to hell with adulting. You got plenty of time for that stuff later. Somebody else will probably do it. Definitely need to be on here. Or not mining, but farming lots of Thamium, because that's a thing. We don't need no stinking dishes. Or laundry. Speaking of, we have no clean towels. So that's good. Oh wait, yeah, I put some in the dryer last night, and now I'm stuck on the plants. That's awesome. Ouch. There we go. Yeah, so from now on, when I can't pick them, I'm just going to blow them up. Because that seems fair. They're not nice enough to make plants that spawn with decent hitboxes, then I shoot them. Because plasma launcher. Like this one here. That's great. There we go. Change modes. Wonder what I took damage from there. I was just walking. Random damage for no reason. Take some. Yeah, it needed killing, Your Honor. I just happened to have a grenade launcher. Hey, it got shot. That's a thing. Oh God, no, don't walk off the edge again. I just wanted to look. Go. Not a lot. Nowhere near enough. I need at least twice that. Yeah, twice that. Let's see here. I'm gonna have to buy a lot of zinc too, and I'm gonna use my trick to do it, Nexus, because I need 4 stacks, 250 per stack. If I was to farm that and go around planet to planet, it'd take hours. I don't want to wait hours. I want to do it now. So I'll use my little save state trick, and I'll get it that much in maybe 10 minutes. Big damn jump. This is so gonna hurt. Yeah. Let's see. Can't get it. Oh, so annoying. At any rate, I'm gonna call it. Thanks for stopping by, Nexus, man. We'll talk to you guys later. Real stuff to do.